It's the most wonderful time of the year. What can I say? I love Christmas. It's one of my absolute favorite times of the year for different reasons. When I was younger, because I love Christmas. As an adult, it's because I get that much needed break from work. Like my office closes for like 2 to 3 weeks, and I can stay at home and finally breathe, and it's just been wonderful. It's magical even. And I figured I would just combine the two things that I love at the moment, which is Christmas and tags. And I decided that it's just a great idea for me to combine the two things I love, aka Christmas and tags, and I figured I would just do the Joy of Christmas book tag. Thankfully, Nicole over at A Beautiful Chaos of Books just did this video recently, like a couple of days ago, and I saw the video and I was like, I absolutely have to do this tag. So many fun questions, and the original tag creator, which is Samantha over at Sam's Nonsense. I'm definitely going to leave both Nicole's video, which was what I saw and I realized I wanted to do this tag, and Sam's video as well, all down in the description bar below. I'm also going to leave all the people I'm tagging to do this tag like in the description bar as well, because it's fun. It's Christmas, like let's get it. Okay, so the very first question says, anticipation. The Christmas excitement is real. What book releases are you most anticipating? And for me, honestly, if I was talking about this year, definitely Children of Virtue and Vengeance, but I'm certain that by the time this video goes up, it would already be released, so it won't count as anticipated release anymore. So I think I'll just look at next year, right? Firstly, for if anybody has spent any amount of time on my channel, you will know absolutely 100% know that R.F. Kuang is one of my favorite writers, because The Poppy War is one of my favorite series ever, and The Angry God comes out next year. It's the end of the trilogy. I know my heart can't take the amount of pain that Rebecca is bringing my way, but I am ready for it. There's also the very first book in the Runaway Royal series, which is a spin-off series off of the Reluctant Royal series by Lisa Cole. Also, if you spend any amount of time on my channel, you know how much I love that series as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. That's Out to Catch a Queen. Another sequel I'm looking forward to like a lot is The Silver Serpents, which is the second book of the Gilded Wolves trilogy. I think it's going to be a trilogy, but The Gilded Wolves was the first book in the series by Roshani Chokshi, and I loved it. I'm definitely looking forward to The Silver Serpent. And of course, there's Angry God by LJ Shen, which is going to be the last book in our All Saints High series, which is the spin-off of Sinners of Saints, which I love. I've definitely not loved the All Saints High series so far. One of them was pretty manageable, the other one I hated it. So keeping my fingers crossed that Angry God does better. Which other book? Okay, Empire of the Vampire by J. Christoph, because anything J. Christoph writes, you know I'm going to read. And definitely Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas, because it's Sarah J. Maas. I can go on and on and on. The Shadows Between Us, for example. Like, there's so many books, and I think that's by Trisha Levenseller, yes. And like, there's so many books I am definitely anticipating a lot of in the coming years. So yeah, I have a lot of, if I was to continue, I'm just never going to stop. Like, never going to stop. But those are some of the books I'm really anticipating. The second prompt says, Christmas songs and carols. What book or author can you not help but sing its praises? For me, the answer would always be The Poppy War one, because like I said, I love R.F. Kuang. I love her writing. I love the world she created. I love the morally grayness that is her character in, even though it is that every single thing she does is appalling, but it's also kind of justified in a way and has you questioning your own morality and your own idea of what is wrong and what is right, especially when you're dealing with a war, and especially when you consider the fact that it's also based off of history, and it just God, I love that book. I love that entire series so much. Definitely a favorite. I can never stop raving about it. Another book I can't stop raving about is Fairy Tales for Lost Children by Duri Osman. Definitely one of my favorite series. It's definitely one of my favorite books. It's a collection of short stories. I love it. And it's anthology. Every single word in this is just, every single story in this is just lyrical and beautiful and poignant and just heartbreaking, and at the same time so beautiful, and at the same time just so it wrecks you. It slowly unravels you. This book unravels me in the best of ways, and I love it. I can't stop talking about it. With regards to authors, I would definitely always gush about books written by J. Christoph, because it's easily become one of my favorite authors. I would definitely also do the same for Sarah J. Maas. Like, I know a lot of people don't like her, but I recently discovered her this year and I've really loved her writing. I'm sorry, you can't bite me, I don't care. I also definitely rave a lot about books written by Liba Dugo. I love her. And let me see. Oh yeah, Laini Taylor, S.A. Chakraborty. Speaking of S.A. Chakraborty, that's another book I'm looking forward to. Empire of Gold, definitely looking forward to that next year. I'm certain that there are so many other authors. Ellen Wang. Quiz Quotient was so good. Great, amazing romance. But yeah, there are so many books I can definitely keep talking and raving and just losing my shit about. Like, it's just, I love good stories. I love great stories. So yeah. The next prompt says Gingerbread Houses. What book or series has wonderful world building? For me, other than of course, like, when I read The Poppy War, I feel like I'm actually present in that scene and I'm losing my shit. But I think another series that does wonderfully well with the world building has to be The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. I reread it all the time, and every single time I get that haunted, atmospheric feel with the book, with the world that Maggie created for the Raven Cycle. And there are so many things of the book that are so connected to the environment, that are so connected to the world that she created. Going into it for me I don't know how to go in depth into that without spoiling things, but I definitely love the world building she pulls off with that. I also love S.A. Chakraborty's world building, especially the world she gave off with regards to Davabad and how things work. It's so funny because when I first started reading the series, I was like, oh, she sucked at world building for book one. But that was also because she didn't really go into that much detail. She just dropped us into things, which some people write, which some people don't mind, but I really hate when that happens to me in a book. But by the second book, I'd gotten used to the world, I'd gotten used to the characters, so it was easier. So I do love the world, the Middle Eastern inspired world that she created. I also love the world. I also love the world that Roshani Chokshi created in her Gilded Wolf series. I love being in France in that time. I love being able to see the decadence, but also the rot that is underneath. I also love the world building for Libadugo's Night House, like bringing in magic with secret societies in Yale, and just that perfect veneer, and then you just tear it apart and just see the occult and the death, the depravity sometimes, and just the entitlement, so many things. I love our world building. Okay, I have to stop at this point in time because I'm certain if I keep going on, I'll never stop. The next prompt says, A Christmas Carol, favorite classic or one that you want to read? My favorite classic would always be Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I am a big Jane Austen fan. I love her. I love her stories. I love her writing. I love her characters. Pride and Prejudice would always hold a special place in my heart. And it's not just because it's the very first Jane Austen novel I ever read. It's just that I connected so much with the characters. I connected so much with Elizabeth. I felt so part of my personality was also like I could see part of my personality in Mr. Darcy, and seeing them overcome, class and their station and their preconceived notions about each other, and actually recognizing the fact that judging somebody right off the bat before taking the chance to know them is wrong, and there are so many layers to people, and you can never know people at first glance, and it takes a while. Like I love so many of what it was that Jane Austen had to say in that book, and she gave us an epic romance. Like definitely Pride and Prejudice. I'm sorry. Okay, the next prompt says Christmas sweets. What book would you love to receive for Christmas? I think there's so many books I would love to receive for Christmas. All the books I would love to receive for Christmas are already in my Christmas wish list. So like I see a book I love and I'll be like, oh my god, this would be an amazing Christmas present. Oh my god, I would love to get this. And oh my god, I would just like to put this away so that when I'm eventually going on like getting the book, I can just go back and see all the books I wanted to get on my wish list. And yeah, so it's on my wish list, and my wish list is always everywhere. It's always in the description bar for my videos. It's always on my Twitter. It's always on my Twitter profile, so I don't hide it. But definitely any of the books on my wish list will work perfectly well. Candles in the Window. What book gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling? Whew. I think warm and fuzzy feelings for me, fantasy stories rarely ever give me warm and fuzzy feelings. Like I feel such intense emotions when I read a fantasy book. So I think that the answer for me will most likely be romance, So I'm looking at Bittersweet by Sarina Bowen, which gave me farm life and autumnal vibes, and it was just warm and cozy, and I loved it. I'm looking at any of the books in the Reluctant Royal series. I'm definitely looking at Red, White, and Royal Blue. I'm definitely looking at To All the Boys I Loved Before. That always just makes me smile. I just feel so gooey and warm and mushy and just like in love, and like I'm 16 again when I read that series, when I read that book. So yeah, if I was to say, definitely not any of my fantasy books, which is funny, but definitely a lot of contemporary, especially romances and YA contemporary, never fails to work. But like some of those mentioned titles definitely always do that for me. The seventh prompt, which is the penultimate prompt. Seventh prompt says Christmas trees and decorations. What are some of your favorite book covers? Like, this is a trick question because there's so many. Like, I have so many of these books, the book covers like stacked, because I have a weakness slash fondness for book covers. Like, the prettier they are, the more I just lose my mind. So yeah. First is this anniversary edition of Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I know it's a bit scary, like there's a ghost and all of that, but I still think this is one of the most beautiful covers. Like, this is the reason why I got the 10th anniversary edition. It is just so fucking pretty. Thank you, Lauren. Like, I'm going to love this. I can guarantee you. I'm going to take proper care of your baby. So, yeah, Name of the Wind. Then the book I received in my Fairy Loot box, that is A River of Royal Blood. Like, it's two black women on the front cover. There's magic, there's fantasy, there's everything I love in it. And there's that, oh, I'm going to kill you. It's sibling rivalry. There's so many things I love about this cover. It's so pretty. And also because it's so pretty. And I love the royal, I love the purple. It just gives it this regality. This cover, this regality and this shine. It works for it. So this cover, yeah. Then there's the cover of Poet X by Elizabeth Azevedo. Love this. Love Xiomara's hair. Love the way in which, all the words are there. It's spoken word is connected to exactly the fact that this entire book is written in verse, but this cover is so pretty. And I love how it just spills over to the back. Like, love this. Two women of color who are obviously in love, and they're just so happy. Look at them smiling. There's like a dimple. Tell me how you really feel. It just has, I'm not ready yet, but this cover alone is like enough reason for me to get this book, and I just want to display it. It fills me with so much joy, and it's so pretty, so happy, so romantic, so soft, so queer. I love it. Then there's cover from Love from A to Z by S.K. Ali. Like, look at this. It's the blue, it's the shades, it's Zainab and Adam. I still have to read this book, but it's just, I know I'm going to be so happy when I read it. Look at it. It's just so cute. It's so adorable. Oh my god. See Zainab, see my girl Zainab, and then see them again at the back. Like, all over this book. I love this. Like, isn't this pretty? Isn't this one of the most prettiest books you've ever seen? Pretty. And then it's cover for Hold by Michael Donkor. I just love this person in the portrait that they use. Like, she's regal, she's gorgeous, she's look at that. She's so pretty. Isn't she gorgeous? This is the reason why I bought this book. I did enjoy it though. I think I did a review. Did I do a review and I just talked about it in my room? I think I did a review, but I did enjoy it. Like, I enjoyed it. But this cover is just epic, babe. Even if I had hated this book, I would have kept the book just because of the cover. And then there's the cover for The Candle and the Flame by Nafisa Azad. Like, look at that cover. Look at her. Look at that cover. Look at Fatima. Isn't she gorgeous? Isn't she gorgeous? I've still not read this book, but she's so pretty. I'm not gonna lie, this is the reason I picked up this book. I just picked it. I've not even read the synopsis. I just saw, I was just like, Fatima is gorgeous. She has to go in my card. Like, stunning. And then it has Ifrit, which I'm like, of course, why won't I pick it up? And then there's this cover for The Behold. I'm sorry, like, you shouldn't have asked me some of my favorite prettiest covers. Like, I like I said, I have a weakness for pretty covers of books. And this cover for The Beholder with the ship, like, it is so, look at the detailing on that. Can you see that? See the detailing on that ship? Isn't that pretty? Gorgeous. And then there's the cover for Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno Garcia. Look at it. Look at that. Isn't that one of the most prettiest, stunning covers you've ever seen? Like, isn't this book gorgeous? Gorgeous. And then there's the stars at the back. Like, so many things to love. So many things to love. And then finally, the special collector's edition of Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. Look at them. Look at my babies. Aren't they pretty? I think, like, they don't reflect well on camera. Like, these books are stunning. Absolutely stunning in person. And I'm so happy I have a complete set. Look at them. Complete set. Perfect. So yeah, these are some of my favorite book covers. Not all, because if I was to show you all my favorite book covers, you're going to be here for a while. Okay, and the last prompt says Christmas joy. What are some of your favorite things about Christmas, and or some of your favorite Christmas memories? I think my absolute favorite thing about Christmas is the carols. I love Christmas carols. I love singing them. I love humming them. They make me so happy. They put me in the spirit. They fill me with joy. They make me recapture the magic, that moment when when my first memories started like developing, and I could perceive like my love for the holiday, for Christmas. And I love Christmas carols. I love the way in which you had different choirs who sing and harmonize. And I love how it is that you go to parties and you go to people's houses and they sing and they burst. Like, every time I just go somewhere and they start playing Christmas carols, and even if it is in like December 1st, carols start, and I'm just always very happy, especially in my house. Like I love listening to them all over the place. So yeah, definitely Christmas carols. My favorite, absolute favorite Christmas memory has to be the first time I got to Lagos. And there's this street in Victoria Island, Lagos, Adeola Odeku, and there's this bank that likes to do this whole thing whereby they basically illuminate the entire street, and there's just like lots of different shades of light, and it's just different designs that outrageous. They keep trying to outdo themselves every year, and I think that's my absolute favorite memory, because no matter how jaded I get about the season, and no matter how tired I feel and how old I feel or grown I feel, every time I'm there, it's just I'm a kid again. I'm a kid again, basking in the joy of the holiday. I'm a kid again, believing that everything would always work out well. I'm a kid again, believing that my parents are invincible. I'm a kid again, believing that my parents will always be there. I'm a kid again, believing that I'm invincible. I'm a kid again, believing that all my dreams and all my hopes and everything I want would come true. I'm a kid again, and I'm just lost in the magic and the wonder and the joy of the holiday. That's my favorite memory. Every time I feel extremely jaded, I go back to that street during Christmas, and I'm whole again, at least for a short period of time, until the holidays end. But yeah, that is my joy of Christmas book tag. Like I said, I'm going to leave everybody I want to tag down in the description bar below. Even if it is that I didn't tag you and you've seen this video and you want to do the tag, please do the tag. Consider this you being officially tagged. Like it's I want to hear all about your favorite Christmas memories. So even if it is that you're not going to do the tag video, just let me know down in the description bar below. What are some of your favorite Christmas memories? What are some of your favorite Christmas carols? If you like this video, please do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. Check out my other videos. Subscribe if you want to. I make new videos every Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And occasionally, sometimes I do not stick to that routine. Sometimes I do stick to that routine and I just like do additional videos when I feel like it. But just so you don't miss any of my videos, just click on the notification bell down below. Just click on the notification bell so that you can always be aware of when I put up new videos. And I will see you soon, hopefully. Until then, stay passionate, love books, love yourself. Bye.